Hey there, and welcome to the July edition of On the Beat. I'm your host, Elise Rooker. My first stop this month was the Trapeze School of NY here on the rooftop at Pier 40 in Manhattan. In a few minutes, I'm going to be right up there.
Every class that we teach, there's 3 instructors, so 3 of us work together to teach students. And then there's a fairly large portion of the staff that trains on a pretty regular basis. You know, we like to get up there ourselves and do some work. You're never really done learning. You can never really perfect a trick or the swing, and it takes a different amount of time for everyone to learn, and everyone has different goals and different skill sets that allow them to learn completely different tricks from each other. So I've been training, I'd say, full-time, like 4 or 5 days a week for about a year now, and that's how long it took me to get from sort of a basic skill level, being comfortable without the safety lines, doing a few tricks, to where I am now, where I have a much larger selection of harder tricks and catching and returning to the bar and the board without the safety lines, and just a lot more comfortable up there.
The feeling of swinging back and forth is, it sounds kind of cheesy when I say it, but it's unlike anything that you feel anywhere else. And I've been skydiving and bungee jumping and all of that stuff. But it's part extreme sport, part zen. I don't know how to put it. Swinging back and forth up there. There's just these weightless moments when you just feel completely at peace, and then immediately followed by this rush of all the wind flying past you.
Good, toes over the edge of the board, all 10 toes, and spread your feet out nice and wide. Good, I want you to reach out with your right arm straight out and push your hips in front of the rest of your body. Good, that's a perfect position. I'm gonna hold you there, stay just like that.
Okay.
I want you to grab the bar with your right hand. It's a little heavy.
It
now,
is.
push your hips in front of you again. Good, make sure you keep your hips in front of the rest of your body. Put your left hand on the bar. Keep leaning into that belt. Good, and lift the bar up to eye level. Good, space your hands out a little wider than that. And pull your upper body and shoulders back just a bit. Lift that bar up high again. Okay, so when I say ready, little bend in the knees. When I say hop, bunny hop off the board and hang straight, listen to mat. Ready, bend your knees. Hop, go. Whoa! Wait for it. Woo! Good job.
Oh my God.
It draws a fairly interesting crowd, that's for sure, and draws an interesting staff too.
It becomes a lifestyle at a certain level. Our students love it, and they're here as much as they can be, and they love to talk about it and enjoy coming here all the time. And then once you reach a certain point of, you know, training 4 or 5 days a week, you sort of sleep a lot and eat to energize your body, and I never really wake up and don't want to do it. It's pretty addictive.
Anybody with a background in an aerial sport that has that sort of kinesthetic vestibular awareness is going to have a much easier time transferring their skills to something like this than anybody else. But really, progress in any sport like this is just a function of practice. Anyone who practices and has decent instruction, which I'd like to think we're capable of offering, can grow to any level in this type of thing.
We offer a few different programs on the actual flying trapeze. We have open classes, which we run every single day, 2-hour classes, open to any level, and those end up having a lot of first-timers in them. And then for the slightly more advanced students or students who are a little more serious about it, we offer intensive flying workshops, IFWs, which are 10-week programs, same instructors, same group every week, and those are the students who get to put on a show, and they'll learn a lot in those 10 weeks. And then even beyond that, we have an intermediate level, or level 2, and it's sort of once you start getting closer to taking off the safety lines for a few things, and you're a bit more committed and you have more experience behind you, and that's sort of a smaller group of our students. People with fear of heights come a lot, actually, to overcome that fear, or try to. And it can't hurt taking a 2-hour class. The worst that can happen is you get a little scared and maybe you don't do it again, and the best that can happen, which is a lot more common, is you get very addicted and you come back and you have a new workout, you have a new passion, hobby, whatever you want to call it, and that happens a lot with new students. So definitely give it a try, here or indoors, and see how you feel about it.
We've all got our degrees in psychology, almost, up on the board there, convincing people to take off. No pushing needed. Most people get over their fear. A lot of people come here to get over their fear of heights, and then when they do, it's kind of an awesome experience for the instructors as well as the students. But pretty much anybody can do it. It's a matter of being able to hold on to a bar. If you can hang there and just stay tight as you're swinging, we can guide you through everything else. And really the most difficult part of this is being able to get out of your head. It's the same with any of these sports. A lot of people tend to think a little bit too much, and that's what distracts them from the actual motion. And then once you are able to get out of your head and do what needs to be done, it transfers to all aspects of your life.
I still have a lot more practicing to do, so I'm going to hang around here for a little bit. But I will catch you back in the studio in a few minutes after this break.